Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and hi. My name is Amina Noreha binti Abdul Habziz, metric number 1172280 from Bachelor of Corporate Administration and Relation. First and foremost, I would like to thank my industry supervisor Dr. Shahnas binti Sulaiman for taking time to watch and evaluate this presentation video. Today, I would like to present and share to all of you about my industrial training report for a period of 15 weeks at Foreston Secretarial Services PLT from 8 March 2021 until 23 July 2021. So, here we go. The internship opportunity I had with Foreston Secretarial Services, it was a great chance for learning and professional development. Therefore, I consider myself as a very lucky individual as I was provided with an opportunity to be a part of it. So, I will express my deepest thanks to Mrs. Nur Hidayah binti Muhammad Zaini, my company secretary manager, for taking part in useful decision and giving necessary advice, guidance and arrange all facilities to make life easier at Foreston. In today's agenda, I will be explaining to you regarding 6 topics, which is the introduction, Foreston Secretarial Services organizational background, industrial training activities that I have learned and conducted, the issues that arise while I am intern at Foreston, and my personal recommendation for that issue, and the conclusion to summarize everything. First topic that I will explain is the introduction that content about industrial training objective, industrial report objective, and the importance of industrial training. The objective of industrial training is to expose the students with an experience and knowledge about company secretary, which is required in the industry but not taught in the lecture rooms. So students can look forward to leverage everything that they learn in university and get some hands-on work experience. Next, to develop the interns with skill in work ethic, communication, management, and can get the feel of the work environment. Other than that, to increase students' sense of responsibility, good work habits, where it can help to increase student earning potential upon graduation. Lastly, industrial training can motivate students to practice the right working attitude and professionalism to increase their employability potential, where it can encourage students' ability by improving their skills and sharing ideas with the team's worker. Okay, next, I will share about industrial report objective. Firstly, the report can help the interns to understand the knowledge that given to them throughout the industrial training. Next, to involve the interns had follow and undergo the industrial training and do works as directed. And lastly, the report of industrial training also can be as an evidence that they have managed to complete their industrial training. Now, we move to the importance of industrial training. Industrial training is important to students because it can help students in preparing their professional career in future by learning about industrial demands, skills, and also work ethics. Next, to expose the student to the working environment in industry, where it can give the student an opportunity to put into practice what they have learned at university. Other than that, it can also help students to discover their own ability and gain their self-confidence. Next, it can help students to apply for a suitable position upon graduation and be able to familiarize themselves with receiving advice and comply with all instructions given by the employers. Foreston Secretarial Services PLT is a secretarial firm that was established by Mr. Liu Zihao, registered license number MIA 20043, who is a founder and also CEO, together with his partner, Mrs. Nur Hidayah, registered license number LS 100342. Foreston was established on 10 January 2014 at Bandar To'on, Johor Bahru. The firm was divided into 3 departments which provide various professional services that currently offer the following service with different company name. That is Foreston Corporate Advisory Group Sdn Bhd, where manage the consultancy and advisory department. Foreston Secretarial Services that handles Secretarial Services department. LH Law & Co for accounting department. Other than that, this firm were registered under Limited Liability Partnership Act 2012, and this firm has a total of 15 employees. From the picture of the organizational chart below, it shows that Foreston Secretary Services consist of two departments, which include the Company Secretary Departments, Foreston Secretary Services PLT, and the Accounting Department, LH Law & Co. But Foreston Secretary Services also handle corporate advisory under name Foreston Corporate Advisory Sendirian Berhad. In Foreston Secretary Services PLT, it has two licensed secretaries who were Mrs. Nur Hidayah and also Mr. Liu Zhao. Other than that, they have one assistant company secretary, is it Mrs. Chan Ziqing, that will help these two licensed secretaries. While for the accounting department, there is two managers whereby each manager will be responsible to manage the different branch of the accounting department, where the branch at Eko Kaskadia, Johor Bahru will handled by Mrs. Karen, and the branch at Taman Molek will be handled by Mrs. Michelle. For the next slide, it shows the picture of staff at Foreston Secretary Services. Okay, next we will continue to the next chapter. It is industrial training activities, where it will help a summary of the work tasks that students perform over 15 weeks. First, the introduction of tasks that have been doing by me as an internship company secretary at Foreston over 15 weeks are monitored by industry supervisor Mrs. Nur Hidayah and her assistant company secretary Mrs. Chan Ziqing. What I can say at the introduction of tasks, I will share my additional works while intern at that. Firstly, I'm intern during pandemics, so we as an employee will always follow the regulation and SOP, which is I will help the employee by sanitize the office every morning and after lunch break for safety and vigilance. And also all parcels, documents were collected from client or postage deliveries will be sprayed with disinfectant. This is because I'll also assign to take care of receptionists as well. Foreston. Firstly, I learned to lodge annual report that required by SSM, such as an annual return and audited financial statement together with their director report. Next, in preparation and filing of annual return in MBRS. Annual return is a summary of the client's company with information such as name of company, business nature, registered address, financial information of the company, and also director and shareholder details. The submission of annual return under MBRS format has been made a requirement by SSM for all companies by 2019. And the company secretary will conduct the submission on behalf of the companies that registered under Foreston Secretary Services. I, as an intern, are responsible for tidying up all the information of the client's company at annual return and upload it at MBRS because I already registered as a maker. Other than that, the duties I do is key in an information at MicroID system. Foreston Secretary Services PLT will use the MicroID platform to update their clients' information if there are any change in the particular company officer, share, address, and so on. I only will key in the information and drafting it in the system, while the supervisor will recheck to ensure that the intern key in the correct information before submitting it. The next duties are preparing document for incorporation company. Periodically, the firm will receive the customer who wishes to set up their own legitimate business or companies, and this will result in the initial incorporation process. After getting the approval, the interns will be informed by supervisor to do filing and documenting for the new incorporation company that includes section 201 for each director, notice of attendance list, and also minutes of first board meeting. Next duties for number 5. filing and documentation. Since a company secretary always deals with a lot with paperwork such as resolution, minutes of meeting, also documents that want to lodge to SSM. So throughout the industrial training period, this is the one of the most work that assigned to the intern was the filing and documentation of report, documents, and also many other paperwork. It is important to keep the files and document system very organized and standardized. Number 6, a change of company secretary by clients. This applies to both change from another secretarial firm to Foreston Secretarial Services PLT and also change from Foreston Secretarial Services PLT to another secretarial firm. So, the intern will ensure that all documents are filed in accordance with Foreston system. Next, for number 7, a printing complete set for certification of true copy. In normal business dealing in Foreston Secretarial Services PLT department, clients often request for documents that have been certified as true copy, is CTC. CTC is a copy of a document that has been stamped and signed as the original copy only by the person who can take the declaration of the practicing company secretary. Other than that, update Ministry of International Trade and Industrial MITI, and also job that assigned to the intern. The intern will update notification MITI for every Thursday to make sure that the companies always follow the regulation and SOP. Last but not least, the job scope as an intern is review. Reviewing is a process of checking and correcting the draft of documents such as annual return, prepare a document of the resolution, and so on. The intern must do a check before submitting any documents to ensure that there are no kind of error or mistakes arise such as spelling error or put the wrong information. Problems or issues that arise during the industrial training period that the intern wishes to address, which firstly, there is no specific format in the way filing the documents by all company secretary at each firm. It happened when if the client changed from another secretarial's firm to Foreston Secretarial Services, this is because each firm's filing method at the company secretary is different, as it will make it difficult for interns to reclassify the filing methods according to the format used by Foreston Secretarial Services. Next, in collecting the Secretarial Services fee, where in the COVID-19 outbreak, there were many companies facing problems, especially those affected is financially. This also causes Foreston Secretarial Services to face problems in collecting Secretarial Services fee from the clients. Other than that, the issues are I as an intern lack to gain full experience and learning during pandemic COVID-19, where the intern let off for a long time period and also the industrial training period is shortened. Due to MCO 3.0, the intern is laid off for 2 weeks and another 2 weeks by the supervisor because it is difficult for them to monitor and provide work from home for the intern. So, when the interns wants to complete their internship, they must request to the supervisor to be given work from home for another 2 weeks. The supervisor accepted the request to the intern, but with the minimum work given because necessary files and other important information that needed are in the office. Lastly, the issue that arises is lack of professionality in appearance by an employee, where they just dress casually, ranging from wear short sleeve t-shirts to flip-flops that opposed to the formal shirt Suggestions that I would like to recommend are for the issue that I have listed. Firstly, for the issue of filing the documents, the solutions that I can give, SSM can hold meetings in public or only with online meetings on how to organize each section in the file. Normally, in this way, if the clients want to change the company secretary, there will be uniformity in the way the files are arranged and no documentation or any parts will be dropped out from the former company secretary to the new company secretary. For the next issue about the fee, the recommended solution that can be voiced out by educate the clients with all manner, and as an employee, they must prepare themselves to train in effective client services, conflict resolution, stress management, and also job skill building. By educate the clients, it will allow them to see that they know what exactly that they are talking about, which can lead this issue to being taken seriously. So the clients will feel more comfortable to take advice and trusting judgments when they see an expert as a professional that handle them. The suggestion that can be voiced by interns is companies must prepare on how to assign tasks to interns during a pandemic at least 3 weeks before the intern starts their training. Therefore, there is no need for the intern students to be on leave and can be able to do work from home. Other than that, the company can consider sending office computers to the intern that were complete with all scanned documents that needed to do work from home. This will facilitate the works of many parties, especially the interns, where they will be able to do work from home well and in orderly manner. Last but not least, about the issue of the employee lack of professionality in appearance, the company can send a dress code reminder email to the employee and must state that there is a compulsion to follow the policy. Otherwise, the several circumstances were to be faced by the employee. Other than that, allowing the employees to wear casual clothes on Fridays. This is because the image of the company will be affected by the manners of dress that the employee use within office when we meet the clients or in public when representing the company. To summarize it all, we can conclude that with industrial training program, the intern can gain a lot of new knowledge that can be learned and understand at all how these firms play an important role in the field of company secretary services. Next, it can enhance the intern talents, expertise, and strengths that are relevant for future employment. In addition, the intern will get a chance to experience in a real working situation, communicate with the clients and staff in a manner way and responsibility to completing the task that given. Lastly, with the industrial training, it can help the country create more professional workers who are skilled in various fields of work. That's all from me. Thank you and stay safe. Bye.